even won a game. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a great New Year's. Brock, how was yours?
Mine was nice and quiet. This wild card weekend is going to be pretty exciting. Kick it off there.
All right, the first game, we have the Bills going to see Houston. This is going to be a good game for sure. We got some key stats here to go ahead and let us know what's going to happen. Allen, he's looked good all season. He's 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's better than his rookie year. He's actually 31st in completion percentage, so that might be a struggle for them making catches downfield. The running backs have been good. Singletary's developed as an every game back.
Yep.
And on defense, they have some studs. They have White, who's going to be covering DeAndre Hopkins. He's had 6 interceptions, 17 deflections. And defensively, their secondary is really strong. They struggle against running backs. So if Houston's running backs can get loose, Hyde and Duke Johnson, they might have a chance. But I think Bills are going to win this game. They have a better defense. They have more chemistry on offense right now than Houston, who has good offense, but they're struggling on defense. They're bottom of the barrel. I got a lot of stats here showing them on the bottom of the bucket. But I'm taking the Bills by 7, Rock. What do you think?
Okay, Buffalo's got the number 2 ranked defense.
Yep.
Houston's got number 29. That's got some nice stats on that. Here's the thing. Buffalo is... Josh Allen has more touchdowns than Lamar.
Yep,
okay?
9 rushing touchdowns.
Not as many yards,
right?
But he's a big, strong boy.
Yep.
Okay, and there's something to be said about the Houston coach, and they say it down there. O'Brien, and Houston hasn't had a big win in a long, long time. So Fuller might play. He plays for a quarter and he gets hurt again.
Yeah.
JJ's supposed to play. That arm could come popping out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close one. I'm taking Buffalo straight up.
Or Buffalo straight up. I think that's safe, especially because Houston's defense struggles in a couple of key areas, like you were saying. 29th. I think the biggest thing for them, their rushing defense against a quarterback is 26th in the NFL. So like you just said about Allen, he has 9 rushing touchdowns, 500 yards. I think that gives the Bills a really good option to bail out on third down when they need to. I think Allen's going to get loose. He's going to get one on the ground on a quarterback sneak. And
or a 15-yard scramble.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck,
bail
right?
out. Yeah, I think we're the same there.
So we're both go Buffalo, right?
Go Buffalo. We're
go
both
Buffalo.
All right, moving on to the second game. Another big one. We have the Tennessee Football Titans going to Foxborough. Patriots, they haven't seen the wild card weekend in 6 years, so I think this is kind of a shock for them after giving up a lot in Miami and not getting that first round bye that they're accustomed to.
Are you sure it's only 6 years? I thought
2013 was the last time they hosted a wild card.
All right. I thought it was since 2002, but then again, I can't. My eyes are getting bad.
That was the beginning of their era.
Right, okay.
Patriots, let's talk a little bit about them. Tom, in the playoffs, he's always good, but this is a really big test year for him. He hasn't been the same. I think there might be some rumors, some chatter. He's getting older maybe. He's on his downhill slope. I think this is a time for him to quiet those doubters and go ahead and show up like he always does year over year. The running backs for the Patriots are heating up right now with Burkhead and Sony Michel. The big stud for them has been Gilmore. He's going to be covering A.J. Brown, who's poised for a big game. He's had big games all season. The Patriots defense is first in a lot of stats, but so is Tannehill. He's had 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 117 quarterback rating. And that coupled with Henry, who's super hot right now, top running back in the NFL. Last week, 32 carries, 200-plus yards, and 3 touchdowns against Houston. So I think that might show the Bills how to beat Houston. So all that being said, I like the Titans maybe close because Patriots at home are always tough. But I'll take the Titans and a squeaker rock. What do you think?
All right. Well, number one, Vrabel and 4 other players that are on the coaching staff front office used to be with New England. All right.
Sure.
You know that Belichick's going to try to take away Henry. Okay, and that's going to leave Tannehill with some surprise bootlegs, some surprise great running.
He can run.
You got the hottest quarterback in the NFL versus one of the coldest. Brady's 6.6 per completion.
Yep.
They lost 2 games that they needed. Either one, they would have a first round bye. I think this team, yards after the catch, A.J. Brown leads the league.
Yep.
And I think that New England's going to have their hands full.
Mm-hmm.
I like another straight out upset, although I'll probably take the
Probably take
points.
the points.
But
Sure.
and by the way, Tennessee reminds me of the old Philadelphia where
Sure.
Foles took over. Okay,
Yep.
and they really were like weren't expected to do anything.
They were hot.
This
They were
would
healthy.
be if I had to pick a number 2 seed to go all the way, even though you're not going to get by Kansas City and Baltimore. I would take Tennessee.
Yeah.
So remember that when I become famous.
Remember that in the Super Bowl. Sure. And I think, to finish off that game, if Henry gets 100 yards or more, they're 6-0 when he does that. So once he breaks the 100-yard marker, we'll have to see where the game ends. All right, moving on to Game 3. We got the Vikings going to see the Saints, looking for that redemption from 2 years ago when Diggs had the walk-off touchdown to win. So here's some stats that's going to make this game interesting.
And wait, let me just interrupt you. And that pass interference that wasn't called last year, my brother, West Coast, thinks that's the reason New Orleans is going to win the Super Bowl because they got a big chip on their shoulder. Go ahead,
giant
buddy.
chip.
Go
And
ahead.
I think what's also going to help them win the Super Bowl is Breeze. He's playing out of his mind right now. Ever since he came back, his last 6 games, 22 touchdowns, only 1 interception. So I think the Vikings are going to have their plates full because whenever Drew Brees is in rhythm, he's getting the ball out quick. 75% completion ratio on the season.
Oh, wow.
So they're making plays consistently. And I think that the Vikings, they're good against the tight ends. They're good against running backs in the pass. So I think that really makes Michael Thomas a prime target to air it out because Vikings defense, they're 25th against receivers in defense. So Michael Thomas, Taysom Hill, they're gonna get their looks. They're gonna get a couple completions. And the Saints, their defense has been really good at pressure. They have 3rd in the NFL in sacks and 5th at quarterback pressure. So Kirk Cousins, he's going to be feeling who dat, who dare. It's the Saints. Buy a touchdown, Rock. What do you think?
You've got an experienced quarterback that's won a Super Bowl. You've got Kirk Cousins, who has 135 passer rating since week 5.
Okay.
So you've got Dalvin Cook should be playing, Diggs should be playing,
Mm-hmm.
Thielen should be playing. However, you mentioned my favorite pick. They're going to try to stop Jared Cook, tight end.
Yep.
Kamara, running back, flanker, multi-purpose. They got to stop the best receiver in football, Jones. But Michael Thomas. Sorry. My favorite surprise is Taysom Hill, who's competing
From BYU.
He's competing for the quarterback job with Teddy Bridgewater next year, although Drew will probably play one more year. But this boy is big, strong, flanker back, tight end.
Yeah, special teams. He does
Special
everything.
teams, and he also plays the Wildcat. So, and he can throw from the Wildcat because he used to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's the big surprise.
He's a
Taysom Hill is going to be not MVP, but he's going to be way up there. I've got New Orleans winning by at least 10.
Yep, I definitely think Taysom's going to have at least 5 design plays for him, either a pass or run or wildcat. We agree on that.
No, Zimmer's an offensive or defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton's an offensive coach. Mm-hmm. So here's the battle. And once again, New Orleans is a little bit ticked off about their last loss to these guys.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still taking Minnesota by 10.
Sure, and then
New Orleans by 10.
New Orleans by 10. There you go.
Jesus.
Get that game right.
Old fart.
And I agree because I think Dalvin Cook hasn't looked the same since week 8. He's nursing that shoulder injury, and the Saints have not allowed a 100-yard rusher all season.
Oh my!
So Dalvin Cook, he's going to have a tall order to fill if Vikings have any chance. So I think we're on the same page with having the Saints there. All right, the final game, Sunday night. Seattle.
1 inch away from home field.
1 inch away. Seattle's
Oh,
going
my
to see
God.
the Eagles. Russell Wilson, he's had a great season, MVP-esque for the beginning. He's been a little bit of a slump lately, but I think the Eagles' defensive problems are going to play to the benefits of Russ. He's going to go ahead and find Metcalf. He's going to find Lockett deep. They're really good at deep big plays. In beast mode, he didn't have the best first week, but as you said, he's been practicing. He's getting more of a rhythm. I think he's due for a big game, not a huge game,
Right.
but a respectable game.
15 carries and 80 yards,
Yep.
or something good like that.
Yeah, because on the Eagles, they actually are on defense. They're third down. They're 4th on third down defense, so they might find a way to stop Seattle. But I think there's too many big plays. Seattle's going to take this game. They struggle against tight ends, but no Zach Ertz. There's just too many injuries for the Eagles to take this game.
Here's-
Seattle's my pick by a touchdown. What do you think?
I'm going to go along with you, but not so fast,
Not
my
so
friend.
fast.
Marshawn Lynch will now pick up the blitz. He'll now catch a screen pass. He'll be used for a decoy. And Pete Carroll, I mean, he has his stuff together, except for that stupid Super Bowl call a couple years ago. What an idiot. Clowney might not be playing. Carroll's 5-0 versus Philly. Carson Wentz, to me, his number's up. His number's up.
Yeah.
And Seattle's got a little chip on their shoulder themselves. And it's important to know that Seattle has a better road record than a home record, which
That's true.
so much for the 12th man. Maybe they better start calling that the 10th man.
Yeah, maybe they got complacent at home, but they look tough on the road. I agree.
Yeah. And Brooks is out for Minnesota, and their running back hurt himself walking up the stairs, Miles Sanders, but he's supposed to play. Jeffrey, of course, is out.
No, Sanders is out. He's not going to play.
That's what I heard.
Yes,
he's out.
He is out,
He's
which is
out.
going to be putting the load on Boston Scott. He
A
had
new guy.
4 games with 4 receptions, so he's actually promising. Last week he had 4 receptions for 84 yards. So he sprung about 20 yards per catch last week. So there is a chance for Wentz to get things done, but I just don't think there's the experience there.
Yeah.
Russ and Carroll are too sound with their pieces they have. I think it's enough to get it done.
And once again, Russell Wilson's won a Super Bowl,
Yep.
has playoff experience. It's kind of like Drew Brees and Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Like, these are the experienced guys. Now, I guess you got to get some experience sooner or later, but I'm taking Seattle by 7.
Yep.
And that kind of wraps it up for us.
Wraps up our predictions.
And we'll probably see you next week for championship weekend. And once again, my dark horse is Tennessee.
All right, Tennessee.
Do you have a dark horse? Minnesota? No, they're going to lose.
I mean, I like New Orleans right now. I don't want to call them a dark horse.
They're number 1 seed, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them a dark. Exactly, they're far from a dark horse. I think Seattle, if they can get by the Eagles and they can build momentum,
Yep.
Marshawn can get more
Yep.
reps with the team.
Wilson's pretty.
And I don't know if they beat Eagles, will they then have home or they have to go? Who plays the
Wild card never has a home team.
Okay.
Never has a home game.
Gotcha.
Unless both the number 1 seeds lose, but then they got to go play the teams that had a bye.
Right.
And I suppose that's not going to happen. So let
Yeah.
me just say this.
It's too wacky.
There won't be any wild card teams playing at home this year. Thanks for tuning in. I hope
I also like the Bills to make a late run. I think the Bills can knock off Houston. Same thing with Seattle; they can build momentum.
Yeah, and the thing about the AFC, in the beginning, we thought that, oh boy, the NFC with the Vikings and the this and the that. We thought the NFC is Seattle and
we
the
call a lot of
Rams.
NFC right besides Dallas.
Seattle and the Rams, Dallas, so on and so forth. But the way it's turned out with Buffalo and Tennessee, the AFC is looking pretty darn tough to me.
Yep.
Well, guys and gals,
Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week for our playoffs continue. And let us know who you like in these games. And then let us know who you like to win the Super Bowl. I'd love to see some comments down below. Like and subscribe if you want to keep watching us. Tune in for the rest of the season, guys.
you subscribe to Rocklin Behringer at YouTube. That's Rocklin. Behringer, B-E-H Ringer, R-I-N-G-E-R, at YouTube. You can see all of our fabulous videos. And you can enjoy the old father and son experience that we've enjoyed.
The duo.
All right.
Tune in next week, guys.
All right,
Signing off. Rock and
perfect.
Bear.